Congratulations, you've been canceled. You didn't wash your reusable straw, you liked a problematic tweet in 2013, or maybe you just existed online for too long. Either way, the internet has decided you're done. Pack it up. No redemption arc for you. Cancel culture is the internet's favorite group sport. Forget football. Forget basketball. The new team activity is collectively dunking on someone until they disappear. And you know what? People love it. They absolutely thrive on it. But why? Why do people enjoy canceling each other? Why do we get a weird little dopamine hit from watching someone get publicly roasted? Let's break down the psychology of cancel culture. And yes, we're going to roast ourselves in the process. What is cancel culture actually? Cancel culture is when a person, brand, or public figure is publicly shamed, usually online, for doing or saying something that a group of people finds offensive, immoral, or just cringe. It's the digital version of the village grabbing pitchforks, except now the pitchforks are tweets, TikToks, and angry comment sections. Back in the day, if someone messed up, you talked about it with like 3 friends. Today, millions of strangers are ready to collectively scream, "You're over!" Sometimes it's about justice. Sometimes it's about accountability. And sometimes, let's be honest, it's about drama. Because who doesn't love a little internet chaos with their morning coffee? Why we love canceling people. So why do people get so much joy out of cancel culture? Let's talk psychology. Cancel culture taps into a few key human instincts. Tribalism. Humans are pack animals. We love being part of a group, and nothing unites a group faster than a common enemy. Seeing someone get canceled makes us feel like we're on the right side, like moral superheroes in sweatpants. Schadenfreude. That fancy German word for pleasure in other people's misfortune. When someone more successful than us trips, falls, and faceplants on Twitter, our brains are like, tasty. It's primal, petty, and deeply satisfying. Power in numbers. On the internet, you might feel invisible most of the time, but join a cancel mob and suddenly your one angry tweet is part of a digital tidal wave. You feel powerful, even if you're just typing from bed surrounded by Cheeto dust. Now let's talk about where cancel culture thrives, social media. Social media is basically the Roman Colosseum, but instead of lions eating gladiators, we have influencers and celebrities getting devoured by comment sections. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, they all gamify outrage. The more someone gets roasted, the more the algorithm pushes it. Ever notice how a viral cancellation feels like a live event? Everyone's talking about it, posting memes, and making exposing threads. It's the Super Bowl of drama, and you can't look away. Plus, social media loves black and white thinking. You're either a hero or a villain. There's no in between. And if you mess up, boom, villain arc unlocked. You might be wondering, does cancel culture work? Here's where things get complicated. Sometimes cancel culture works. It can hold powerful people accountable. Harvey Weinstein, for example, deserved every ounce of public backlash. Social pressure can force real change when systems fail to. But other times, it's a chaotic mess. People get canceled for old tweets, accidental mistakes, or even misunderstandings. The internet doesn't always care about context, growth, or nuance. It just wants blood, or at least a trending hashtag. The human brain loves simple narratives, good guy versus bad guy. So we flatten complex situations into viral moments, then high-five each other for doing our part by hitting retweet. The dopamine of public shaming. Let's be honest, canceling someone feels good. Not in a noble justice-serving, standing up for what's right kind of way, but in a low-key, messy, brain chemical kind of way. It's like scratching a psychological itch. When we jump into a public shaming, we're not just voicing outrage, we're mainlining a cocktail of emotional rewards. First, there's validation. People like our posts, cheer us on, and we feel morally superior, righteous even. Then comes belonging. Suddenly, we're part of a team, an in-group bonded by outrage, calling out the bad guy together. And let's not forget entertainment. The chaos, the receipts, the clapbacks, it's addictive. We refresh timelines like we're waiting for the next episode of a scandalous series. Because deep down, our brains love drama. We binge reality TV for the same reason we join cancel mobs. Except now, the line between viewer and cast member is gone. We're in the show. The fear of being canceled. Now let's flip the script. You might be thinking, okay, but what if I'm next? And that's not just paranoia. It's the background anxiety of modern internet life. Cancel culture has everyone on edge. People double-check their tweets, edit captions, and scrub old posts like digital archaeologists, terrified of unearthing something problematic. Entire apology videos are filmed for things people said when they were 15. Some folks even apologize for things they haven't done, just to be safe. Because the fear of public shaming isn't abstract anymore. It's visceral. It shapes how people talk, post, joke, and exist online. It's not about being a good person. It's about not becoming the next trending hashtag. Ironically, that same fear often fuels more cancellations. The logic goes, better to be part of the angry crowd than its target. If you're busy swinging the pitchfork, no one's asking what skeletons are in your closet. When cancel culture becomes a problem. Cancel culture isn't inherently evil, but it can spiral into something toxic, fast. At its core, it can be a tool for accountability. But in practice, it often turns into a digital firing squad with no trial, no context, and no chance for redemption. No room for growth. People change. People learn. But the internet doesn't always allow that. A decade-old tweet can resurface and define someone forever, no matter how much they've evolved. Performative outrage. Not all cancellations come from genuine concern. Sometimes it's just about clout, scoring likes, shares, or social points by loudly condemning someone, even if you don't actually care about the issue at hand. Collapsing context. A single clip, one bad joke, a screenshot out of context, it's all it takes to rewrite someone's entire character in the court of public opinion. The result? A digital world where everyone's afraid to speak, but no one can stop watching the next takedown unfold. So, why can't we stop? You might be wondering, if this is so toxic, why do we keep doing it? The answer's uncomfortable because it feels good, and it works. Cancel culture is more than just outrage. It's social currency. It's how people bond, how they vent frustration, and maybe most importantly, how they feel powerful in a world that often makes them feel invisible. One well-timed tweet, one viral call-out, and suddenly you're part of something bigger. You're relevant. It's messy, it's dramatic, and it's basically free entertainment. The stakes are real, but the spectacle is irresistible. And let's not pretend this is new. Humans have always loved a public takedown. From medieval stocks to public executions to trashy reality TV, there's something disturbingly universal about watching someone fall from grace. Social media didn't invent the spectacle. It just turbocharged it, handed us front row seats, and let us throw tomatoes from the comfort of our couches. How to survive the internet without going feral. If you don't want to be the next cancellation victim or a full-time mob participant, here's the secret: empathy and context. Before jumping on a cancellation, ask yourself if the person actually deserves it or if it's just internet chaos. Remember that everyone is a complicated human, not just a headline. Take a breath, drink some water, touch grass. Because here's the thing, joining a cancel mob feels powerful, but living online with zero forgiveness eventually turns everyone paranoid. And maybe, just maybe, we should want a little less fear and a little more understanding. The mic drop. So yeah, people love canceling each other because it's dramatic, validating, and weirdly entertaining. It taps into our most primal instincts for tribalism, justice, and messy gossip. But next time someone gets canceled, maybe ask yourself, are we actually helping? Or are we just dogs chasing the next dopamine hit? If this video exposed your entire Twitter history, hit that like button before the internet finds it. Subscribe for more psychology breakdowns of our collective chaos, and drop a comment about the wildest cancellation you've ever witnessed. See you in the next one, and remember, the internet never forgets.